Hi, this is David Stinnett. Thank you for your interest and time to review this information about business applications of the private reserve strategy. It's actually not an investment at all, and it won't require you to work any harder or longer or give up use or control of your operating capital either. Just use it to handle how you pay for the things you're already spending money on in the first place. Applications of this strategy are virtually unlimited. So we'll limit this presentation to a couple that will give you some ideas of what you can do in your business to create secure wealth without the risk of Wall Street investing ever. Regardless of whether you have a retail business or a service, manufacturing, or an agribusiness, all businesses have one thing in common. They have big needs for operating capital. Do you ever feel like you're in the driver's seat securing traditional sources of working capital to run your business profitably? Sometimes it seems the only way you can qualify for a business loan is to prove to the lender you don't need it. We give you the opportunity to access working capital with no hassle and unstructured repayment terms you determine with your convenience in mind at all times. You're actually creating a source of tax-free income using it as well. One of the key principles to understand is that every purchase you ever make is financed even when you pay cash. You obviously pay interest to use somebody else's money with traditional financing, but you also give up interest when you spend your own money every time you pay with cash. And lenders are profiting from you doing this in a very big way, much more than you probably even know. I'll show you what I mean next. One of the greatest deterrents to the American dream of financial independence is the volume of interest paid on debt. Another key principle is to understand the real profit to lenders is in the volume of interest you're paying and not just the interest rate. With a building loan of $900,000 fixed for 25 years at 7.6%, the monthly payment is about $6,700. Total interest paid on the loan term is over $1.1 million. Dividing this amount by the amount borrowed, you get over 123% volume of interest. And that's pure profit for them, pure expense to you. In the second example, over a much shorter loan term with an interest rate of only 6.75%, the interest volume is still greater than 25%. And yes, this expense is tax deductible, but nobody's in a 100% tax bracket, at least not yet. It's been said that people who understand compound interest collect it, and people who don't pay it. What we do is show you how to become your own source of financing so you're collecting interest and not paying it to somebody else. Ultimately, we show you how to get totally debt-free in 9 years or less, which is the national average, without spending any more money. Now that you've seen the impact of interest volume, let's look at an example of how you can profit from implementing the private reserve strategy for your benefit. We're showing you how to recover operating expenses totaling $100,000 per year. It does not matter what those operating expenses are, just that they're pertinent to the conduct of your business. And if you're generating only 2% interest per year on that money for only 15 years, you've just created over $1.7 million of tax-free savings for yourself with no government limitations or interventions and no risk of Wall Street ever. When you use a private reserve strategy to make a $50,000 loan to your business for 20 years so it can lease equipment, the business can take a legitimate tax deduction for that business expense. If it paid you back at only 2% interest, you just created a Roth IRA on steroids because you now have over $1.2 million of tax-free savings for yourself. The payment is tax-free to you because you borrowed the money from your private reserve account. We're not tax professionals here, so you should definitely consult your CPA about the specifics. But you can at least get an idea of how you can create wealth for yourself that you're now creating for somebody else. And keep in mind, we show you how to do all this and a lot more without spending any more money than you're already spending. So if you're the least bit curious as to how you and your business can specifically profit from the private reserve strategy, email us or call us today at 620-249-0118. We'll arrange a short webinar without any cost or obligation to you. We're not interested in twisting your arm, just giving you sufficient facts and information so you can make an informed and educated decision. Sherry and I look forward to helping you create wealth with secrets Wall Street doesn't want you to ever know.